Welcome to Innovation, Level 3, The Little Jackal and the Crocodile.
Once there was a little jackal in a forest who was very fond of eating fat, juicy crabs. He used to go down to the river and hunt along the edges for crabs and other such things. Once, when he was very hungry, he put his paw into the water to catch a fish without first looking, which you never should do. The minute he put in his paw, snap! The big crocodile who lived in the mud down there had it in his jaws. Oh dear, thought the little jackal. The big crocodile has my paw in his mouth. In another minute, he will pull me down and gobble me up. What shall I do? Then he thought, all of a sudden, I know what I should do. So he put on a very cheerful voice, as if nothing at all had happened, and said, Ho, ho, clever Mr. Crocodile, smart Mr. Crocodile, please take that old bulrush root for my paw. I hope you'll find it very tender. The old crocodile was hiding beneath the mud and bulrush leaves. He thought, sure, I've made a mistake. So he opened his mouth, and off went the little jackal. The little jackal ran away as fast as he could, and as he ran he called out, Thank you, Mr. Crocodile, kind Mr. Crocodile, so kind of you to let me go. The old crocodile lashed his tail and snapped his jaws in anger, but it was too late. The little jackal was out of reach. After this, the little jackal kept away from the river. After about a week, he got such an appetite for crabs that nothing else would do at all. He felt that he must have a crab. So he went down by the river and looked all around, very carefully. He did not see the old crocodile, but he thought to himself, I think I'll not take any chances. So he stood still and spoke out loud to himself. Generally, I see little crabs peeping out of the water, and I put my paw in and catch them. I wonder if there are any fat little crabs in the water today. The old crocodile was hidden down in the mud at the bottom of the river, and when he heard what the little jackal had said, he thought, Aha! I'll pretend to be a little crab, and when he puts his paw in, I'll make my dinner of him. So he stuck the black end of his snout above the water and waited. The little jackal took one look, and then he said, Thank you, Mr. Crocodile, kind Mr. Crocodile. You are extremely kind to show me where you are. I will have dinner elsewhere. And he ran away like the wind. The old crocodile foamed at the mouth. He was so furious that he crawled up on the bank of the land at the side of a river and went after the little jackal. But dear, dear, he could not catch the little jackal. The little jackal was too fast. After this, the little jackal did not risk going near the water, so he ate no more crabs. He found a garden of wild figs near his home. He found the figs so yummy that he went there every day and ate them instead of the crabs. The old crocodile found this out, and he made up his mind to have the little jackal for supper or to die trying. One day, he crept and crawled and dragged himself over the ground to the garden of wild figs till he came to the little jackal's house. Then he crept and crawled inside and hid himself. He waited for the little jackal to come home. After a while, the little jackal came dancing home, happy and carefree, but looking all around. Presently, as he came along, he saw that the ground was all raked up as if something very heavy had been dragged over it. The little jackal stopped and looked. He saw that the door of his house was open. What's this? What's this? The little jackal said. I think I'll investigate a little. So he stood still and began to talk to himself. You remember it was a little way he had, but loudly. He said, How strange that my little house doesn't speak to me. Why don't you speak to me, little house? You always speak to me, if everything is all right, when I come home. Oh, I wonder if anything is wrong with my dear little house. The old crocodile thought that he must certainly pretend to be the little house or the little jackal would never come in. So he put on as pleasant a voice as he could and said, Hello, little jackal. Oh, when the little jackal heard that, he was very frightened. It's the old crocodile, he said, and if I don't make an end of him this time, he will certainly make an end of me. What shall I do? He thought very fast. Then he spoke out pleasantly. Thank you, my house, he said. It's good to hear your pretty voice, dear little house, and I will be in with you in a minute. Only first I must gather some firewood for dinner. Then he went and gathered firewood, and he piled it around the house and set fire to it. Seeing the fire, the crocodile ran away. He promised he will never come back.